So just close your eyes, don't look around at people who are moving, and just pick your point for yourself. With everything that you have seen, what you've heard, select what am I taking back from here, not just as an information, but as a part of my personality. Be very specific. Don't keep it generic. Specific. What am I taking from here? And see it being implemented in your life once you return. Om Shanti. Did we get to see something specific? Any change that we want to create? Anybody? Yes? Share? Anyone can share. Just say it loud from where you're sitting, Anji. Very good. Avoid overthinking, nahi, finish overthinking. And for that, it is not about how do I finish overthinking. The only way to finish it is to start thinking right in every situation. Quantity and quality is connected. Speak good about somebody, and it will finish in 2-3 lines. Talk about the weakness or the negativity in somebody, and it can be 1 page. So that is overthinking. Whether it's in the mind or whether it's in the words. When the quality is right, quantity will be less. And if the quantity is high, it only means that the quality is not right. So we cannot stop the quantity. If I say I want to think less, it's not going to happen. I have to think right. Then thinking less will automatically happen. So thinking right in every situation, even if the situation is not right. Even if the people are not right. What brother shared as an example right now, someone was putting obstacles in his professional life. What we perceive as an obstacle, the other person feels that they are right in what they are doing. So any amount of dialogue about it or conversation doesn't yield results sometimes. Things only get more and more complicated. So when something like that happens to us, that we are a victim of somebody's exploitation or any wrong behaviors, we tend to create not the right thoughts. We tend to create hurt, we feel rejected, we feel unwanted, we feel exploited. And because we are not the one who's doing it, so we believe feeling that is, what's the word? Is normal. Obviously, I'll feel hurt. It's not one line, one word. They're repeatedly doing something every single day. It's affecting my career graph. It's affecting my mood when I'm working in that office. I don't feel like working in that place. So sometimes because of this, we even come up to the decision of not working in that place anymore. And we're not happy working there with those people. But how many offices will we change? Because wherever you go, you will find someone who's unwell. Aren't they unwell to do that? They're physically fine, they're mentally fine, but they're emotionally unwell. Anyone who lacks in happiness, who lacks in self respect, who feels insecure just by you being around them is unwell. And when they are unwell, they will keep doing something. And the era that we are going through, which is called Kal Yuga, it means a lot of souls will be unwell. And this is not to scare you, but in the coming times, it will only increase. It's like a battery getting depleted. If people don't charge it, it will only it's not going to charge on its own. So there's no point changing offices. Changing should only be when there is unethical practice. So there is a difference. One is an unethical practice, and another is somebody's sanskar. Sanskar, we have to learn what to do with it. Unethical practice, we will not stay for a single day. Because being a part of anything unethical will become my karma. But we sometimes tend to do it the other way around. Oh, what to do? The system is like this, ye hai, wo hai, and we kind of adapt to it. But when it comes to sanskar, we say, how can I adjust with it? So the knowledge as to when to adjust, when not to adjust. Similarly, in relationships, when we get used to changing, then we also change spouses. Seems very easy nowadays. 5, 10 years back, when couples came to talk about what they were going through, they would say, oh, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. Okay. Now, it's very simple. I just don't want to live with them. What's the reason? Nothing. I don't want to live with them. Well, there has to be a reason. I'm not getting anything from them. So if I'm not getting anything from anybody, why should I be there? So these are signs where the soul has started becoming very hollow, shallow. I have got into relationships only to get, but relationships were not meant for getting. Relationships were meant for giving. And especially the generation which grows up now. And so you have to take care for those of you who are parents. How many of you are parents already? Big number. So take a lot of care and prioritize very clearly for your child. Because we work very hard, we earn very well, we're able to give them almost everything that money can buy. Everything which we as children got it with a little struggle, they get it very easily. So most of us would have started with first cycle, then first scooter, then first motorbike, then first car. We traveled by bus, we traveled. Your children don't have to do all that. So the power to struggle, the power to adjust, the power to adapt, they're anyways lacking. Anyways lacking because everything is coming very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. So the power to adjust is like a muscle. If I don't use it, don't use your hand for 10 years, 20 years. And so someone who's not used their hand for 25 years, suddenly they won't be able to use it. So someone who's not used the power to adjust, power to tolerate, power to keep quiet, power to not have things their way, how to accept it. And suddenly when they're 20, 25, something happens, they say, I can't handle this now. Because they were so used to living a life where everything was their way. So take a lot of care in your parenting. Because if we as a generation who grew up with better emotional health, with lesser distractions or almost no distractions, as far as technology is concerned, even we are today talking of stress as normal, and we've started talking about depression. Visualize what will happen to those who are kids right now, 20 years from now. What will be the priority 20 years from now? What will be the priority for that child's life, which is very important, which needs to be inculcated now? You will not be able to inculcate it 20 years later. What is the priority? Which is already becoming a priority today, but we're talking about 20 years from today. What will be the priority? Strong minds, very, very strong minds, which means very, very high EQ. Post COVID, organizations have started talking about EQ. But COVID over and we tend to go back into. But in the coming times, it will be less about which college you've passed out from. It would be less about how much you excelled there. They'll say, you come, we'll train you all that, but come with the. Because that is something that can be taught. This is something they have to come with. And what is that? The power to face situations, the power to be in a team, the power to adjust, the power to. So when as an individual, we started moving away from living in big joint families to smaller families to nuclear families, and now preferring to live single. Me, my phone, my laptop, and my dog. I don't need anybody. So we thought this is very happy life. I don't need anybody. But what was happening? My power to adjust not getting used. Because I don't have to adjust with my dog. My dog adjusts with me. That's why people are so happy with their pets, because they don't have to adjust. They don't have to, whenever they come, they're so happy. The pet is so happy seeing them. That's very nice. Because you have a pet which is giving you unconditional acceptance and love. But you don't have a human being around you who's giving you unconditional happiness and love. So you prefer the. And we thought this is going fine, but it's not. Because our powers will stop getting used. And if they stop getting used, we will not have the power to face any situation. Post-COVID, mental health issues rise. Post-COVID, divorce rise. What did all this have to do with COVID? What did it have to do with COVID? Nothing. But what did it all have to do with? My way of thinking. Before COVID, how many of you had desired that I would love to be at home, not have to travel out of country, just be with my family and my children? Oh God, give me that one day when I'll be able to live like that. Desired ever? You know why this lockdown happened? Because millions of people on the planet had desired it. Yes. Even if one person creates a strong thought, it manifests. If millions of people create, it has to manifest. But important it after it manifested. 1 month was very good. After 1 month, when is my office going to start? When is the school going to start? We all want to go back. So when we were not at home, we thought stress is because we're not able to manage that. When we were at home, we thought stress is because of everything that's happening at home. Because we did not realize that stress is not at work, stress is not at home, stress is not in children, stress is not in parenting. Stress is in my way of thinking to all these situations. And so, for your own sake, start working on the mind on a daily basis. And most important, direct benefit will go to your children. A generation which is born and brought up with technology, not just as a comfort, but as a distraction. Children who are watching screens from the age of 2 and 3 while eating. It's better Satya comes soon, because it's not going to be a very healthy thing to see. They have not even nourished themselves on a daily basis the right way. They were watching something while they were eating. Mindful eating strengthens the mind and the body. Distracted eating, they will not see the result at the age of 3 and 4. The result will be after 20 years. So make it a culture at home. No screens while eating. These are all new ways of being from returning here. No screen while eating. And a no means a no. A no means a no. Mindful eating. But I will have to implement that first. And then I will make that a way of living in the house. Possible to do that? No screens while eating? Just experiment with for 1 month. And you will realize that now is it that you're actually enjoying what you're eating. Most of us have a very hurried breakfast. We say, I grab a bite and run. So you see what is the quality of the breakfast meal. Lunch is at work. Dinner is the only meal we have at home. And because all of us come together for dinner, then we tend to discuss all our issues on the dining table. Because that's probably the time when we're all together. And so actually, we're not having a single meal which is a mindful eating. And that is why the best of diets is not creating the best of health. Because we are very conscious about what I am eating, which is a good part. But along with that, it has to be how I have to eat, not just what I have to eat. In Ayurveda, it is taught that if your mind is stressed, don't eat. Because that food will become toxic for you, because that food is going into the system with a lot of negative thoughts, because I'm stressed. Now, for most of us who say stress is normal, we are eating on a daily basis with stress. And that is why we are seeing all these young cardiac issues, but they are all eating good diet. They are exercising daily. It's not about what I am eating. Now let's go 30 years back. Society was not aware of so much of good eating like we are aware, right? Yes? But they were eating right, even if they were not eating the best of healthy food, which we are trying to eat. Because they didn't have all these distractions. So automatically every meal was very. So what we have to do, the new way of being is that you're going to use the comfort of what technology has given us, which has gone made our life extremely comfortable, but don't do those things which is making our life uncomfortable. It's not about, oh, I'll put away my phone for 1 day. No, all this is not needed. Because even if I put away my phone for 1 day, what about the remaining 6 days? So it's like eat junk for 6 days and 1 day fasting. No, eat right for all 7 days. So how we use technology, how we are living our life, we need to pause. We know the right way of living because we have lived that life as children. And it is our moral responsibility to live that way so that our children can learn that this is the right way of living. We are the last generation who knows that way of living. They don't even know it. So it's not going to be their fault. It's not going to be their fault. Right? So, what are the new things that I'm going to do once I return from here on Wednesday? First, this retreat should not be a 3-day retreat. It should be now my way of living. How many of you have been coming here for meditation at 4 a.m.? Very good. Good experience? You know, people from the West are coming to our country to teach us the 5 a.m. leadership club. Now you don't need to join. You're already part of the club. So it is there in the culture of our country since thousands of years, the Brahma Muhurat Amrit Vela. Why is it called the 5 a.m. leadership club? Because that is the time where intuition is highest. That is the time where creativity is highest. That is the time where energizing is highest. And that is the time when we are sleeping. So we are losing out on the most valuable time. So it's called Brahma Muhurat. Muhurat means the Muhurat time of the 24-hour cycle. So for any important event in our life, we look for the Muhurat time. We don't look for, oh, which day suits me, which day suits my spouse, let it on. No, no, no. Muhurat time, even if it doesn't suit anybody, right? Even if it doesn't suit anybody, we have to do it at the Muhurat time. Why? What will happen if we do it at another time? Why do we have to do it at the Muhurat time? It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that if I do it at another time, something wrong happens. It just means the Muhurat time is giving you the highest vibrational energy. But then what about the Muhurat time, which is there in every 24-hour cycle? Some of us forget waking up. Some of us are going to sleep around the Muhurat time. And most important, what are your children doing with their sleep cycle? A generation which is growing up saying, no, I can study better at night. Come to think of it, we were living in smaller homes. Many of us didn't even have our own room. And yet we used to study in the day. They have their own rooms and yet they say, I need to study at night. Don't allow them to do that. That is one of the main reasons which is creating all these anxiety attacks, panic attacks, all these things in children now. Wrong sleep cycle. So the first thing, right way of being, right sleep cycle. My overthinking will never stop if I have a wrong sleep cycle, because wrong sleep cycle means mind is fatigued over a period of time. Fatigue. And fatigued mind thinks too much, thinks wrong, gets tired. Fatigued mind gets irritable, reacts, snaps. Fatigued mind gets hurt very easily. It's a tired mind, nothing else. Just a tired mind. So to wake up between 4 and 5 a.m., what would be the right time to go to sleep? After returning on Wednesday. This is not nothing for you now. Now everything is from Wednesday. Go and study online the power of healing between 10 and 2 of the body also. That is the time when the highest healing is happening of every organ of the body. And it happens only at that time. What we are doing as a culture today, that I have to sleep my 6-7 hours, I will sleep anytime. You can sleep anytime, but it's all coming at a big cost. So by 10 p.m., I should be in deep sleep, not just sleep, deep sleep. So many of us are not sleeping deep. We're sleeping, but we're not sleeping deep. So you have to check yourself. Am I sleep deprived? Simple way to check, when you're traveling back from here, just check. Do you fall off to sleep if you don't engage yourself with something? Check on the flight next time. But we don't get to see nowadays because everybody switches on their phone or iPad and engages their mind. But if they don't engage their mind, even at 9, 10 a.m. in the morning, people are dozing off. And it doesn't mean that they didn't sleep that night. It's just that they're sleep deprived over a period of time. But they sleep every night. Why are they sleep deprived? Because the body sleeps, the mind is at work. Why is the mind at work? Because till they go to sleep, they are at work. So most important is, if I want to sleep deep, I have to disconnect from work at least 2 hours before. Disconnect, shut down all the files in the mind, not just shut down all the files on the laptop. The laptop shuts off in 1 second, not the mind doesn't go off like this. So during the day, I have opened lots of files on the mind. Work people, family, children, issues, targets, relationships. So many files open on the mind during the day. And I keep on working with those files and I just go and fall off to sleep. So then the body sleeps, the mind doesn't sleep. So the mind is processing those files even in our sleep. And that's why when we wake up, we feel like sleeping a little more. You feel like sleeping a little more? And that's why so beautifully you gave everybody 1 snooze button, 2 snooze button on their phone. Chalo. We should be telling them, why do you feel like sleeping more, instead of giving them a snooze button. I have to ask myself, I've slept 6, 7 hours. Now, what is 6 minutes going to do after that? What 6 hours couldn't do, what is 5 minutes going to do? Can it do anything? But we are so tired that we don't feel like getting out of bed. Are we physically tired? Are we physically tired? Because when we say I'm tired, we think I am tired. Are we physically tired? Traveling in AC car, sitting in an AC office, sitting in an AC home, and just sitting the whole day. Are we physically tired? No. We are emotionally tired because lot of files open during the day and then not shut down properly and recharged and energized in the night. So shut down work communication at least 2 hours before going to sleep. Disconnect completely, which means not checking your emails, not opening your messages, not taking calls. We will talk tomorrow morning. Earlier, when we used to join work, we used to ask them, what are the work timings of this organization? We were very clear whether this work timing suits me, doesn't suit me. What are the work time? The person used to say 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. Now, what are work timings? And during COVID lockdown, the work timings went for a complete. So when you select your organization where you're going to work, don't just check what I'm getting in terms of my role and in terms of my package. Check what I am getting in terms of a healthy lifestyle. Because all the money in the world that we will earn will not be able to buy happiness and health, neither for me, neither for my children. So that's the balance that I have to create. I'm getting a very senior position, but I will have to keep on being online till 12 o'clock in the night. Leave it. Leave it. It's not worth it at the end of the day. But that much I have to have that. And that is why priority should be very clear. Self, family, work. Self, family, work. If I turn this around and I say work, family, self, then all three get affected. But if I put it self, family, work, all three are fine. Which means every day give at least an hour for the self. So, like you are beginning your morning here with meditation. Now, we will continue that once we return home. And then every morning we do a little spiritual study class. All the brothers and sisters whom you are seeing here as volunteers, Sevadharis, they're all part of your organizations. They're all part of your organizations. They're all at very senior roles and responsibilities. One day they were all sitting here this side where you are sitting today. And when they came here, they thought they had taken out 3-4 days with great difficulty. And when they were returning from here, they were told, okay, continue 1 hour daily. And they're like, who has 1 hour daily? I don't have time. But some of them chose to continue that 1 hour daily. Initially, not easy to take out 1 hour daily. Not easy. But I have to experiment at least for 3 months. But for those who took up the experiment and took out that 1 hour daily, very soon they had extra time on hand. Very soon they had extra time on hand. And now they have so much extra time on hand that they are also there for you, not for themselves. From where is all this extra time coming? We are all short of time, not because we are short of time, it's because tired minds are doing all the work. And when you take out that 1 hour every morning as an investment, and your mind is recharged, energized, thinking less, thinking right, then everything you're doing is going to finish off faster and you have extra time on hand. Is it possible now for us to take out 1 hour every day? Don't keep it as a 3 days peaceful experience. Keep it as making it an experience of a lifetime. My every day is going to be like this. So first thing is my Amrit Vela, Brahma Muhurat. Second thing is a daily spiritual study class. Third, now coming into the field of action, which means with family, with work. Now we are going to become a true Karam Yogi. A Karam Yogi doesn't mean the one who keeps working. Karam Yogi means the one who does their Karam in a meditative state. So we begin with feeling peaceful while meditating, but doing it on a daily basis along with the spiritual study, you will start experiencing that peace while working. There's no point being only peaceful while meditating. No. What's the point? Anybody will feel peaceful while meditating. There's no situation, there's no stimulus. But what is going to change after that is now I will carry that state of being throughout the day. And so that is how I will be while I'm working. That is how I will be while I'm interacting. So the next step you're going to start taking care of is how you are going to be with people. A lot of energy gets depleted in our interactions, the way we interact with people. Especially if the other person that I'm working with or living with is at a lower vibrational frequency. We're all at our own vibrational frequencies. Do you feel your frequency's gone a little higher in the last 2 days? Yes? Where was it when you entered? Keep your hand there. Keep your hand there. Where was it? It could be here, wherever it was for you. And where has it gone in 2 days? Now ask yourself, how can it go like this in 2 days? Nothing we've done. We're just sitting in a hall, listening to sessions. What have we done which has taken us like this? And most important, Wednesday, where is it going to be? So we don't want it to be here and then by Thursday, Friday here. No. Now it has to only go higher, very gradually higher. So very important for that to take care of yourself in action. All the negative emotions which I had called as normal, your way of speaking, consciously change the style. Even it's not coming from inside out, change it outside first. Irritating, snapping at people, raising my voice, getting agitated if something is not going my way. It will bring me. When we go back, if someone is not right with us, which means doesn't behave the right way with us, can we be right with them? Can you visualize this right now? Visualize any individual in your life. Can be at home, can be at work. Typical behavioral pattern. And how I used to be with them before I came here and how I'm going to be with them from Wednesday. Program your mind before you leave. Earlier, I used to be a different way because I thought that was a normal way of reacting to a person who behaves like that. But now I know the loss was mine. It's my energy which is getting depleted. And so now I'm just going to program my mind that this is how I'm going to be with them. If I prepare my mind 8 out of 10 times, I'm saved. At home, there are certain typical situations in which we react with each other. Just because two people have different sanskars, I'm not going to do it. Because I'm not going to waste my energy, I'm also not going to deplete their energy, and I'm not going to deplete the energy of the house. Spirituality means creating high vibration homes. We got bigger homes, we got prettier homes. Now we need to make them high vibration homes. And how will we create high vibration homes? When the individual living in that house is radiating that energy, taking care that we're not getting into. If one person says something, the other person just has to be quiet for a few minutes. So first stage, I'll be quiet here. I may be very noisy here, but I'll be quiet here. Second stage, when I continue my meditation, I'll become quiet here. Third stage, I will radiate very good energy to them when they are not radiating good energy to me. So it's a journey. It doesn't happen just like that. So first stage, I'm quiet outside. Second stage, automatically I will be quiet inside because my spiritual stamina would have built up in the next few months. We are building spiritual stamina. So everything which was difficult earlier is now going to be very easy. It's a stamina building. And then consciously radiate good energy to them. When we say, I am a peaceful soul, I am a powerful soul, I am a happy soul, but so are they. It's not just I am, it is you are. So even if I cannot say it to them here, I can say it here. Can you say it to them from here? Start saying it to them from here before you leave from here. And by saying it to them, you are radiating that energy to them, which will also start healing their wounded minds. People are emotionally unwell, so they react. We are not going to consume the infection. We're going to protect ourselves and heal them. That is Karam Yogi. Whether at home, whether at work. Whether at work also. So when I take my vibrations higher, I will become instrumental in energizing other people because energy will flow from me to them. So can you see yourself Karam Yogi at work? Yes, can you see what's going to be the difference? In Hindi, the word is kya hal chal hai. So hal and chal is connected. So जब यहाँ का हाल चेंज होता है, बाहर का सब कुछ चाल चेंज हो जाएगा. Even your way of walking will change. Your way of driving will change. Can you see how people drive nowadays? And everything will get more only because it's all a reflection of how I'm here. So consciously change the outside, the inside will change. Change the inside, the outside will change. Both will go hand in hand. So how would a Karam yogi drive the car? Even that driving the car conserves your energy or depletes your energy. Everything is either a depleter or an energizer. Nothing is it stands still at one position. What kind of way of driving my car should be so that it increases my energy? Just me driving the car alone. Nobody in the car with me. What would it be? And what would be the way which depletes energy? What kind of driving the car depletes energy? Can you see people around you that they're depleting their energy in the way they are driving? They're not just a risk to other people on the road, they're a very big risk to them own selves. Not just physically here, they're very agitated mind. So be very careful. You just sit in the car, you're about to bring in your journey, take a minute of silence. Take a minute of silence. I'm a pure, powerful, happy soul going on this beautiful journey to work. Connect to God and draw a very powerful divine circle of energy around your car. Or if you're going by the bus of the organization, draw it around the bus. If you're taking a flight, draw it around the flight. Starting the journey with the blessing that this journey is going to be a divine experience. Start everything with the right thought so that you're able to create the right thoughts during that journey. Consciously listen to something nice, something very empowering while you are driving or on the way before you go to work. It's going to be nutrition for the mind. Can we do that on the way to work? Nutrition, khurak. Don't distract your mind with things which are depleters. You know everything that is there on your phone, what is a depleter and what is an energizer. Consume only that content which is raising your vibration. Don't consume the content which is lowering your vibration. That content is not time pass. It is not entertainment. It is toxic. and put a nice poster at home for the children also to see, and put it on your phone, on your screen. Content is equal to personality, is equal to destiny. Because what I'm going to watch, read, listen is going to become my thought and emotions. And what is my thought and emotions is my karma, and what is my karma is my destiny. So content is equal to personality, is equal to destiny. I was once on a very early morning flight, and it was around 6:30 in the morning, and the person sitting next to me was watching a crime show. So I just shouldn't have, but I just told him, I said, early in the morning. He said, I have a whole day of meetings in Delhi. I won't come to know throughout the day what happened in this. So I have to put a full stop in my mind. I should know what happened in this episode. Okay. After he finished his episode, shut down the iPad, put it away, and he said, okay, Sister Shivani, can I ask you something? I said, yeah. He said, nowadays, na, when I go to work, I start having these thoughts. Did I switch off the gas? Did I close the door? Very innocently, very sweetly, he was asking. He doesn't know the connection between the two things, and he's one of your profession. And then he showed me his phone. He said, you know what I've started doing so that it doesn't trouble my mind? I'm clicking the photo before leaving home. He said, because it just keeps coming to my mind. What if I've not locked the door? So he said, I lock the door and I click a photo. I switch off the gas, I click a photo. I switch off the geyser, I click a photo. When my mind troubles me, I open, switch off, see the photo, and I say, no, I have. And this is not a story. So he said, what do I have to do? So what did he have to do? We all know what he had to know. But so beautiful, he didn't know. Because we never think that what we are consuming is actually becoming us. So, one major cause of overthinking is only over content consumption. Overeating, and that to junk food. So, what is health going to be like? So, consuming content which has lust, which has ego, which has fear, which has aggression, which has criticism, which has entertainment where people are pulling other people down. What is so healthy about this content? I will start having those thoughts. I will start creating those emotions. Please remember, it's only someone's business. And the more we use the product, the more they're going to make it. And that's why we started with one episode of a program once a week. We went up to having episodes every day. We went up to having recording of episodes, and now we've got all the episodes on the phone. So they are doing well. And if any of you by chance are in that business, please remember, don't do any business which depletes people. Karma rebound. Karma rebound. Don't do any work which depletes people, mind or body. That's not the way to earn money. That's not the way to earn money. There are 4 words: dhan, an, man, and tan. Money, the food, the mind, and the body. These 4 energies are connected. The first energy, which is most important, is money, dhan, not the amount. Kalyug means everybody is about how much are you making. It's not about how much are you making, it's about how you're making it. Because how much you're making only buys everything that money can buy. But how you're making will decide your emotional health, your karma of the family, and the destiny of the family. So if you ever have to choose between how I'm making and how much I'm making, and another organization gives you more into how much you can make, please take a decision based on how I'm making and not how much I'm making. Because how I'm making is the energy that comes into the house. That energy is used to buy the food for the family. For anyone making business and making money by depleting people's health, is that the money I will use to feed my family? to educate my children, to give them all the comforts. All of them have a starting energy of pain of people. So be very careful. It's somebody's business who, anyways, are getting stuck with their karma of what they are doing to society. But at least I need to take care that I don't get stuck in their karma. When you restrict content consumption, you're not just going to have more time during the day, you're going to have more energy during the day. You have no idea how much it sucks us down. In Hindi, we have the line Sang ka rang. Hota hai कि नहीं? Sang ka rang. So remember, as children, our parents used to take care. Who are your friends? Who are your friends? Why was it so important? Who are my friends? Because my friends influence in who I become. Now, who is my friend? So, Sang ka rang ka biggest influence is now content, media. Media. Consuming content, binge watching, then feeling left out because I haven't watched. Then what will my friends say when I meet them for a party tonight? You haven't seen this new series, so whole Sunday I finish it off, so in the night I can say I saw it. This is not the way to be. Kalyug means I don't need to be like other people are being. And if people around you say, oh, you're very boring, you're very old fashioned, you're on the right path. You are on the right path. Then you've done something really right. If people around you are saying, oh, how boring, how old fashioned. Because it's not old fashioned, it's healthy fashion. We're not old or new. It's about what's right from today, what's right from the past. We should take everything that makes us healthy. But because majority around us are not, especially for children, children are having a very tough time with all this. When we were in school, there were few who were doing those other things, and we were the majority who were doing most of the things. So this person has started using this person has started experimenting with this person has got into a relationship. There used to be so few. Now the proportion has gone the other way around. So those few are made to believe that they are the ones who are abnormal. They are the ones who are wrong. And for these few children to be able to be in this society and to stand on their maryadas and principle, their family culture will have to be very strong, untouched by peer pressure. Untouched by peer pressure. Because otherwise the child is not able to take, because the way they are ridiculed and the way they are made to feel left out, the child just collapses under that peer pressure. If the child is not on social media, everybody will make them feel as if they are outdated. So they need a very, very strong culture at home where the parent is not a part of peer pressure. Then we will be able to radiate that energy to the child, and then that energy will make that child strong. Otherwise, the majority of this side will keep on only increasing. Leadership quality is this. Leadership quality means not being a follower. Everybody is doing, so I'm doing. Everyone is doing this, so I'm doing this. Take your car, 5 a.m. in the morning, and there's a red signal with no camera on the road. Are we going to stop? Are we going to stop? Are we going to stop? Yes. Is everyone on the road going to stop? No. And if you are the first one who stops, first somebody is going to come and honk pictures. What's your problem? Why are you stopping in the middle of the road? So they'll make you feel as if you are the one who's wrong and you should be fined for what you are doing. So they will honk. Then you make place for them. They will overtake you. They will stare at you. They will mock you. But there we have to be. That is Karam Yogi. I know my karma. You do your karma. You do your karma, no problem. But I will stand by my karma. But that first person who does that, 5 people will go ahead. But you know what? Then a second car will come and stop behind you. होगा ऐसा या नहीं होगा? Because many people want to stop, but many people don't have the strength to face this peer pressure. So if you become that one instrumental to face that peer pressure, you actually become instrumental not just for your karma, but you become instrumental for a lot of people being able to live by their karma and maryada. That is leadership quality. Having that power. Having that power. Go back and tell people, I went to Brahma Kumari. They'll say, what happened in your life? Why did you go there? My friend said to me, oh, was there any tragedy? You should have come and spoken to me. Why did you go there? I said, but there was no tragedy. Then why are you there? Of course, that's 25 years back. Now, though, it's still easier. 25 years back, it's like you've made a mistake. What are you doing? Is this the age to do all this? So is this the age? Is this the age? Oh, who said that? How sweet you are. You said yes? Yes? So this is the age actually. This is the age. Why this is the age? Because easiest to change sanskars. Now we have to change our sanskars after we are 25, 30, 40. He won't have to do that. He will grow up with that lifestyle. He will grow up with that way of thinking. He will grow up with those things being a part of his life. And so when we start practicing it, the first people to benefit are the children at home. You don't have to say anything to them. Don't get after them. You also do this. Don't say anything to them. Just do it yourself. And you start changing the energy of the house. Your vibrations start radiating to them. We just heard an experience. He was just creating good thoughts for his colleague, and the colleague changed. Imagine what impact your good thoughts will have on your children at home. You don't have to say anything to them. They will be energized just because you are creating the right energy at home. If I am not a victim of peer pressure, the children will get strength to not be a victim of their peer pressure. If I will say, see, am I going for that party? No, because it's late at night. I'm not going, right? Everyone's making fun of me. I'm not going, right? So they learn that if people make fun of us, doesn't mean we are wrong. It just means we are choosing another definition of right. But they have to see that at home. They have to see that at home. But if at home they hear this, oh, everybody's saying, so we have to do it. I don't feel like going, but everybody's saying, so I have to go. This have to culture. I want to sleep early, but what to do? Imagine sacrificing your sleep for a party. At least the party should then be energizing. Party should be energizing, right? We say, I'm going for a party because I'm very stressed. So then the party should be energizing. So the next time you return for a party, check. Was it an energizer? Or was it a what was the energy of the room? What was the energy of the conversations? And what was the energy of what I ate and drank over there? That decides whether I energized myself or depleted myself. So, even in terms of entertainment, even in the name of socializing, if I'm depleting myself, then I'm absolutely doing nothing on a daily basis to energize myself. So, Karam Yogi changes their lifestyle completely. Completely. Because energizing becomes a priority. And very soon, many people will join you. Many people will join you. Look all how so many of you are joined here today. When we started, we used to start with 10 and 20. Today, there's no place to sit in the hall. This is how people join. And it always starts with one. Everything starts with one. So even if you're the only one, have that power. It is one which starts a change. So Karam Yogi is the most important thing. How you're going to be with people, how you're going to respond. Because at every step, you're charging your battery. Someone said something and you respond respectfully, you've energized the battery. You react and then you deplete yourself. So then, if I meditate in the morning, but during the day I keep depleting myself, I reach nowhere. I reach nowhere. And then I say, oh, I've been meditating since 10 years. Why is there no change in me? Because I'm depleting every day. So charge in the morning and then keep energizing during the day. That is Karam Yogi. Traffic control. Traffic control. 1 minute after every 1 hour. Very energizing. Very energizing. Have you all been told about the app which you can have on the phone? Yes? No? There's an app called B Zone. B Zone. And go and select traffic control 1 minute, just a very beautiful music will play. And it doesn't matter where you are, that music is very beautiful. You could be at work and that music will play. And whatever you're doing, nobody needs to come to know around you. Just take a 1 minute pause, detach from what you're doing, and go back and I'm a powerful soul, calm and stable in every situation. I'm an instrument of the divine. I'm happy always. Come back. 1 minute after every 59 minutes. You will remain protected by the vibrations of the environment around you. In the current times, it is not just about who I am as a person, it's about what's in the air where I live and I work. So, COVID, what happened? Suddenly, millions of minds created fear and anxiety. Millions of minds created fear and anxiety all over the world. So, anxiety is in the air. You can't see it, it's in the air. Grief is in the air post COVID. And so, because it's in the air, I will get influenced by it if I don't protect myself on a daily basis. And so, post COVID, anxiety attacks were on the rise. For people whom COVID didn't affect, there was no COVID at home, they didn't lose their job, no situation in life, but anxiety was in the air. So, I need to protect myself from the infection which is in the air. And for that, if I energize myself for 1 minute every hour, I'm keeping my vibration higher, which will not get affected by the lower energy around me and it will not pull me down. Can we do 1 minute after every 1 hour? For those of you who are heads of teams, make it a practice and you will see beautiful results. Begin your meeting with a 1 minute silence and end your meeting with a 1 minute silence. For doctors, like the doctors who've come here now, when they go back, they begin their surgery with a 1 minute silence. And then they end their surgery with a 1 minute silence. And silence doesn't mean just not talking. Silence means pausing to create the right thoughts, which means again tuning my mind to the right frequency. The next hour, it will remain at that frequency. And so, when as a team we come together and take that 1 minute silence, and we can give them thoughts for that 1 minute silence, and that thought can be related to the meeting also. We accept each other, we understand each other. All of us have the same pure intention, and this meeting is going to be a divine experience. Let everyone create that thought and start. Energy of the meeting will change. This is called using the mind power in everything that we are doing. So, next is traffic control of the mind. Very important. Then, just before going to sleep, have 10 to 15 minutes for yourself before you go to sleep. Don't just fall off to sleep. Prepare yourself to go to sleep. If you prepare yourself to go to sleep, you need to sleep less hours. And so you are immediately going to get extra hours in every 24 hours. How much time do we sleep average? So here, if you see in the campus, 365 days of the year, no Sunday. Everyone wakes up between 3:30, quarter to 4, and will not go to sleep before 10 o'clock. And there's no rest during the day. And that's how we are also when we go back. For all the volunteers that you can see here, they are part of your organization. They're not taking rest in between. But the day starts by quarter to 4 and doesn't end before 10 o'clock. So, how's that energy retaining there for that much time? Because taking care before going to sleep. So, at least keep 15-20 minutes for yourself. Disconnecting from work is 2 hours before. Disconnecting from other negative content 1 hour before. No negative word should go on the mind in the last 1 hour. It's going to go deep in the subconscious during the sleep. The first hour of the morning and the last hour before we go to sleep is most important because subconscious is activated. During the day, it is on the conscious mind. Those two timings, it is in the subconscious mind. So, can we keep 15-20 minutes for ourselves before we go to sleep? Yes. Consume again pure content for 10 minutes. The last words that you will consume before you go to sleep will get processed for the next 6 hours in your sleep. They will be the vibrations which will radiate to your body for those 6 hours. So, consume, that is where spirituality plays a very important part. Spiritual content for 10 minutes. Then, release any clutter of the day. Don't go with clutter on the mind to sleep. So that's why then we can write a diary, we can write a journal, we can write a letter to the divine, release it, take it out. And not taking it out only in terms of all the problems that happen. Taking it out means, how did I respond? I will respond another way tomorrow. Then meditate for 5 minutes before going to sleep, which means take yourself into the alpha stage even before you go to bed. So if I meditate for 5-7 minutes before I go to sleep, I've already taken my mind towards sleep. And then when you touch the pillow, you go into the delta stage very soon. And then your 2 sleep cycles are finished very soon. Between 5.5 hours, 6 hours, you're up very fresh, energetic. So that doesn't mean we are short on sleep. It's just that we're making an investment of 15-20 minutes before sleeping, which saves 2 hours of sleep. But if I go with a lot of clutter on my mind alone, then it takes me a lot of time to reach in the delta stage, the deep sleep stage. So that is called Yog Nidra, where sleep is also a meditation. Because even during sleep, our vibrations are radiating to everybody. And then last, our meals. How did you like the food here? Simple food? It's very simple food, right? Very simple food. Again, it's not just about what we are eating, it's about how we are eating. So the food cooked here is taken care that only those who meditate, they cook. They cook. So even if there are 30,000 people in this campus, nothing comes from outside. The bread, the butter, the biscuit, everything is made inside. So that means, as far as possible, unless it's emergency, only eat home cooked food. It has a deep impact on the mind. This is just to be experimented with. All this culture of sitting at home and ordering food. We are that generation who used to take dabba from home, and we become the generation who orders dabba home. See? How many of you all took dabbas from home? See? Continue to take dabba from home now. Even if your organization gives you lunch, take lunch from home. Who has cooked for us? In what state of mind they have cooked? And most important, when we're ordering from outside, it's for money. And this new culture which has started, if it doesn't reach you in 10 minutes, you can cancel the order. Never order from such places. Can you imagine the stress with which that person is driving to reach your place? One, it's inhuman to do this to anybody. And most important, the state of mind of the vibration of that person is going into your food. And he's already connecting to your mind with a lot of fear and anxiety. I have to reach them. I have to reach them. I have to reach them on my. Never eat this kind of food. It's toxic. So if you order one, don't order. If you order, please tell them I have no hurry. Send them by this time. The person has to come with a calm mind. So cook with the right mind. Serve with the right mind. That is what is happening over here. That's why you like the food. So we take care that only those who meditate on the daily basis, they are cooking the food. And then after the food is cooked, we take a little sample of all the food, take it into the meditation room, focus meditation for 10 minutes. And then that sample is gone back and added into the food. And that food is playing a very important role on your mind to take your vibration here. It's less about what happens in the hall. It's actually about what happens in the dining hall. Because jaisa ann, vaisa man hai. So you meditate for hours, you do everything, but if you consume food which has pain, it'll go. You consume food where somebody is in a very worried, agitated mind cooking for you, it'll go like this. So take care, cook for yourself. Cook for yourself. Don't say, I don't have time to cook. It's all that money is not worth it. If we say, I don't have time to sleep, I don't have time to eat, I don't have time to cook. So cook for yourself, eat simple, but eat right. Eat right. Cook for yourself, and while you are cooking, have high energy words playing in the kitchen. That to make it a culture of the house. Have high energy words playing in the kitchen, just like it happens in the temple and the gurdwara. So bhajan, spiritual songs. You've been listening to spiritual songs here at the beginning of every session. Take them on a pen drive from here. Or they are all available online also actually. Just download it, keep it in the kitchen, let it play. Every high energy word going into the food, going in the water, going in the pulses, going in the fruit is energizing the mind of the entire family, including children. Otherwise, somebody could be putting that earplug and listening to Hindi movie songs and cooking. Don't eat. Don't eat that kind of food. Or putting this and talking to somebody on the phone and cooking. No. Be very careful of every single word that goes into the food because it goes direct into the mind. And then, just before eating, all screens, all screens. Put away everybody's phone so that I don't look even like that. Let me just see whose it is. No, then my mind will get connected with that person. 10 minutes, 15 minutes is all that. Then begin the meal with 20 seconds of silence. Say your gratitude, say your affirmations into the food. Food is the most important part where we should say our affirmations. And then have that meal with good, healthy conversations, if not silence. Even when you're at work for lunch, don't talk about work while eating. Don't talk about what's happening in the country and in other countries while eating. So either eat in silence or have nice, happy, energizing conversations. Please remember, my food is listening. My cup of coffee is listening. My glass of water is listening. Don't have any wrong word around these. It will have a multifold effect on the mind. This is science of spirituality. This is science of spirituality. So can we take care while having our foods? Yes, mindful eating. Not I'm talking, chatting, and eating, distracted eating. I'm watching and eating, distracted eating. I'm driving and eating, distracted eating. Mindful eating. Doing all this is a meditative lifestyle. So you're conserving energy not just in the morning, but through your lifestyle during the day. So imagine if 2 days takes you like this, then living the right lifestyle, practicing it during the day, where is it going to take us? And then it's not just going to take us, it's going to take many around us also. So this is seva. This is seva. This is called being a true karam yogi. And most important, this is going to give you the power to be untouched by the vibrations of the environment around you. An environment means the vibrations of the city, the country, the planet. The world is going through a very big shift. Have you seen the poster of the cycle of time anywhere in the building here? No? How many of you saw the cycle, the time? Where is the clock reached? Where is the clock reached? Very, very significant time right now. So two things are going to happen together. Majority are only going to go lower in their vibrations. And a small number is going to go higher in their vibrations. And then when that small number reaches a tipping point, that vibration will overpower the majority vibration and the world will change. So it's not a change, it will be a paradigm shift in the world. So only that I have to decide which side am I going to be. Which side am I going to be? It's like around 3, 4 a.m. in the night. Somebody is saying good morning and the other one is saying good night. Which side am I? The good night or the good morning? So which side are we? Not morning, good morning. Sure? Certain? That's the only way to protect yourself. Otherwise, nothing to get scared, but to be prepared. The coming time is not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. We thought COVID is over, everything is fine. One after the other, one after the other, one after the other. It's like a house which is crumbling. You repair one thing, the other thing will start shaking. So this house cannot be now repaired. We have to construct a new house. It's gone beyond repair. So we can't do change this, change this, change this. We have to create a new world. So the world is not coming to an end. The world is only going through a big shift. Look at climate change, such a big issue of concern. But unless I'm happy and contented, will I stop exploiting the resources of the planet? Why do we buy most of the things? Some of the things we buy as a necessity, the rest of the things we buy for. Some of the things we have to buy for necessity. The rest of the things we buy for being happy. Because they put up those big, big billboards everywhere. No, happy faces with new version. So I said, okay, if I buy this, even I'll be happy. We are buying for happiness. We are buying for getting acceptance and respect from society. Every time that I'm buying something, and if somebody says, why do you want to buy? You have it. So what? I have the money. I can afford it. I can afford it. Can the planet afford it? I can afford it. Can the planet afford it? I wear a new t-shirt for 6 months, 1 year. I said, bas abhi bore ho gaya hai. Let me buy a new thing. Because I can afford it. But every time I'm buying a new product, right from one piece of costume to my new version of technology, I am using the resources of the planet is an issue of concern. So when we lead a meditative lifestyle, another big benefit is life automatically becomes simple. Simple, why? Because we buy what is needed. We don't buy to be happy. We are happy and buy. Don't buy for happiness. Travel because you want to change. Don't travel because I need to be happy. So I go for a holiday to be happy. Happily go for a holiday. Is there a difference? Is there a difference? Because now you're going to be happy and then do everything that you have to do. Don't do it looking for happiness because nobody got it over there. So protecting the planet is also our moral responsibility, but we won't be able to do it unless we energize here. We will keep on wanting to buy something because something has to come into my life so that I get some excitement. Just buying a new piece of dress is also exciting for 2 days, right? So I'm just looking for that high, that little high. So I'm getting bored. Abhi kya karu? I'm getting bored. Abhi kya karu? Anyone who meditates daily, there will not be a word like I'm getting bored. You could be sitting alone doing nothing, but you will not get bored because you're going to be very happy in your own company. You're going to be very happy being with yourself because now the mind is not creating any troubling thoughts, so we don't have to run away from that mind by engaging ourselves in some distraction. Why do we keep using these distractions? Because we're not able to sit alone with our mind. Again, it will start. So there's so much noise inside, so I prefer the noise outside. Can we just sit half an hour doing nothing? Doing nothing, which means no phone, no newspaper, nothing, just nothing, not even talking, nothing. That era is over. We used to be like that, right? Holidays, nothing. क्या करूं, बोर हो रहे, तो मम्मी would say बोर हो रहा, तुम्हारी छुट्टी है, मैं क्या करूं? But today, what parents do, they plan the complete holiday of the child. Go to this class, then go to this class, 4 to 5 that class, 6 to 7 this class, everything. So that my child should be engaged during the holiday. So, how will the child ever sit with themselves? Then they want to be engaged constantly. So, when you're doing parenting, just rewind a little bit and say, how was my parenting done? Just let me use that. But we think, no, 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 I have to give them everything but that I did not get. Along with that, we also have to give them everything we got. Everything we got. And say a little no. It's good for health. Say a little no, even if you have it all. It's good. The child has to have the power to listen to a no. Because tomorrow, if they don't get admission in the college they wanted, that's a very big no that comes into their life. Suddenly, the relationship that they wanted to be and they don't get it, it comes as a very big no in their life. And if a child has not taken the smaller no's, how is that child supposed to take such a big no? That is when they go. So we also didn't used to get admission. We also have gone through all these things. But we did not say, I don't want to live anymore. We said, अरे ये college नहीं मिला तो दूसरे college में जाएंगे क्या है? But the child has not listened to a no because we are growing them up saying, आप क्या खाएंगे, आप क्या पहनेंगे, आप क्या करेंगे, आप कहाँ जाएंगे. We thought we are creating their power of choosing. But along with creating the power of choosing, also create the power of when they will get something which is not as per their choice. Because their wife is not going to come and say, आप क्या खाएंगे, आप क्या करेंगे, आप क्या चाहेंगे. Either then parent them for the rest of their life. You see, we are making them emotionally weak by doing this with them. And they're going to turn back and say, like, why did you do this with me? We say, but you wanted all that. We say, you knew what was right. Why did you do this with me? So give them things which they have to accept even if they don't like it. How many of us had the power to choose what we want to eat? मम्मी पूछती थी क्या खाएंगे आज आप नाश्ते में, डब्बा बन गया लेके जाओ. क्या है डब्बे में, स्कूल में जाके देख लेना, जो है खा के आना, डब्बा भरा हुआ नहीं आना चाहिए वापस. That's parenting. That is parenting. Take what life offers to you. And we thought, oh, I've led a very strict life. I don't want to be like this with my children. I'm going to give them everything that they want. But it's not getting the right result. Don't do this with them. Don't take them to a mall and say, little kids, आप कौन से कपड़े पहनेंगे इसमें से? They have an entire life to use the power of choice. But after 20 years, they will not be able to exercise that muscle of power of adjustment. So let's go back, becoming a little old-fashioned to when we were kids, because they would not know how to do it. And what will they do with their kids, which means your grandchildren? Satyu better come before that, है ना? Better come before that. Because don't be guilty that you are working, especially the mother of the house. This is all happening out of guilt, actually. And they also know how to use our guilt. So you come home, you're late, and then you say to them, don't do this, don't do this. And they'll say, एक तो late आते हो, ऊपर से डांटते भी हो. अच्छा, नहीं, never mind. So I drop the idea of डांटो. Don't create guilt that you are working. You have chosen to work. It's your choice. It's your karma. Do it with dignity. But don't create guilt and affect their life for that. Be a little strict. Because today parents are not strict and teachers are also not strict. Why teachers are not strict? Because parents go and shout at the teacher. In our era, the parent used to get scared of the teacher. Oh, मेरे बच्चे की teacher है, मेरे बच्चे की teacher है, she should be happy. ऐसा था या नहीं? How come parents are going and shouting at teachers in front of the children? The teacher loses her complete power to discipline your child. And we thought, oh, we are paying them so much of money, so all the money will not be able to buy this strength. So go back, see how we were brought up, and start using those methods. Start using those methods. Even if you have everything, say a little no. Let them cry. Doesn't matter. Because right now they're only crying. Later on, so let them cry, let them listen to a no, let them fall, let them get hurt. Don't be like, don't. We are making them very fragile. टच में नॉट हो जाते हैं फिर वो. ऐसे नहीं करना. This is being harmful for them. We cannot have mental health issues on the rise in children and youth. We cannot have children and youth contemplating suicide. Is that called success? That is a successful society. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. So we're not going to be guilty that we are working. Our parenting still has to be very strong, not aggressive, but very powerful with loveful when I energize myself on a daily basis. That is why that spiritual power is needed. Right now, what happens if I don't do it this way, then I suddenly become very strict and very aggressive. So I'm not able to create that balance. I don't have the patience to feed them because I'm lack of time. So I say TV देखो और खाना खाओ. हमारी मम्मी ने कैसे खाना खिलाया था जब हम छोटे थे? भागते रहते थे पीछे पीछे खाना खाने के. हम स्क्रीन लगा देते हैं, बोलते खाना खाओ. नहीं कर सकते ऐसा. So all this will automatically come into their life when it starts coming into our life. Our life. So today you have to take this as your priority, that I have come here not for 3 days. I've come here to learn how I'm going to live my life. And so once I return, I will always be in touch with my nearest meditation center. I will do my daily meditation in the morning. I will go for my daily spiritual study class. I will be part of a community which is raising their vibration so that I don't feel left out in society. That's another benefit of coming to the center. You suddenly feel, oh, yes, this is normal, because over there you feel a little, there doesn't seem to be too many people doing it. So being in a community, being with people who are doing and leading that life helps us to also be on that journey with all of them together. So let's take a minute of silence. And one thing, take a decision before leaving from here. Sattvic food. The vibration is not going to go up if I'm eating tamasic food with that. If I'm eating food which has caused pain to someone, violence, hatred, and death, no. Not death of someone just because I should be healthy. I have other ways of being healthy. So that karma is not going to be a part of Karam Yogi. Cannot be a part of a Karam Yogi lifestyle. Come to the center of the forehead and visualize yourself. I, the master of my life. The master of my mind. I am the creator of my destiny. I am a powerful divine soul. My every thought is the highest vibrational thought in that situation. My every word is a blessing. I am a Karam Yogi. Meditative while in action. Everything I watch, I read, I listen, I eat, I drink is high vibrational. Check your lifestyle and put in the changes there. Priority is very clear: self, family, work. I am powerful, divine soul. Visualize white, divine energy circle around you. Draw your protection shield. Divine light energy circle around me. God's power and blessings is my circle of protection. I'm enveloped by the highest energy, untouched by the vibrations around me. Please remain the next few minutes in silence, taking your decisions today. Very simple but very powerful lifestyle changes, which will change not just my life, but everyone around me, which will change the vibration of my home, my team, and my work. Om Shanti. Let's take a minute of silence. Reflect on the 2 days that we've been here. We've already learned a lot about a new way of being once I return from here. So just close your eyes, don't look around at people who are moving, and just pick your point for yourself. With everything that you have seen, what you've heard, select what am I taking back from here, not just as an information, but as a part of my personality. Be very specific. Don't keep it generic. Specific. What am I taking from here? And see it being implemented in your life once you return. Om Shanti. Did we get to see something specific? Any change that we want to create? Anybody? Yes? Share? Anyone can share. Just say it loud from where you're sitting, Anji. Very good. Avoid overthinking, nahi, finish overthinking. And for that, it is not about how do I finish overthinking. The only way to finish the only way to finish it is to start thinking right in every situation. Quantity and quality is connected. Speak good about somebody, and it will finish in 2-3 lines. Talk about the weakness or the negativity in somebody, and it can be 1 page. So that is overthinking, whether it's in the mind or whether it's in the words. When the quality is right, quantity will be less. And if the quantity is high, it only means that the quality is not right. So we cannot stop the quantity. If I say I want to think less, it's not going to happen. I have to think right. Then thinking less will automatically happen. So thinking right in every situation, even if the situation is not right, even if the people are not right. What brother shared as an example right now, someone was putting obstacles in his professional life. What we perceive as an obstacle, the other person feels that they are right in what they are doing. So any amount of dialogue about it or conversation doesn't yield results sometimes. Things only get more and more complicated. So when something like that happens to us, that we are a victim of somebody's exploitation or any wrong behaviors, we tend to create not the right thoughts. We tend to create hurt, we feel rejected, we feel unwanted, we feel exploited. And because we are not the one who's doing it, so we believe feeling that is what's the word? Is normal. Obviously, I'll feel hurt. It's not one line, one word. They're repeatedly doing something every single day. It's affecting my career graph. It's affecting my mood when I'm working in that office. I don't feel like working in that place. So sometimes, because of this, we even come up to the decision of not working in that place anymore. And we're not happy working there with those people. But how many offices will we change? Because wherever you go, you will find someone who's unwell. Aren't they unwell to do that? They're physically fine, they're mentally fine, but they're emotionally unwell. Anyone who lacks in happiness, who lacks in self respect, who feels insecure just by you being around them, is unwell. And when they are unwell, they will keep doing something. And the era that we are going through, which is called Kali Yuga, it means a lot of souls will be unwell. And this is not to scare you, but in the coming times, it will only increase. It's like a battery getting depleted. If people don't charge it, it will only get, it's not going to charge on its own. So there's no point changing offices. Changing should only be when there is unethical practice. So there is a difference. One is an unethical practice, and another is somebody's sanskar. Sanskar, we have to learn what to do with it. Unethical practice, we will not stay for a single day. Because being a part of anything unethical will become my karma. But we sometimes tend to do it the other way around. Oh, what to do? The system is like this, ye hai, wo hai, and we kind of adapt. But when it comes to sanskar, we say, how can I adjust with it? So the knowledge as to when to adjust, when not to adjust. Similarly, in relationships, when we get used to changing, then we also change spouses. Seems very easy nowadays. 5, 10 years back, when couples came to talk about what they were going through, they would say, oh, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. Okay. Now, it's very simple. I just don't want to live with them. What's the reason? Nothing. I don't want to live with them. There has to be a reason. I'm not getting anything from them. So if I'm not getting anything from anybody, why should I be there? So these are signs where the soul has started becoming very hollow, shallow. I have got into relationships only to get, but relationships were not meant for getting. Relationships were meant for giving. And especially the generation which